Outlining letters, don't do it. So when I talk about outlines, if you're not clear on what that is, that's when you have some text and you put a line around it to make it more legible, right? It's something that seems like an easy fix when you've designed something that you can't read it. In Illustrator, it's the stroke setting. You can do strokes in Photoshop too. And because it's an easy fix, it's something that people who are fairly new to design like to gravitate to, because they can have a mediocre design that may not be very legible, and then they can just throw some outlines on it and that fixes everything. The problem with that is that it creates a really busy composition and people don't want to look at it because your eyes vibrate everywhere around it. And it's so associated with amateur work that it's become almost a trendy thing to do, is we'll just do outlines, and that's kind of a thing that people will do as a style, right? Well, they'll just put outlines on something. And it doesn't give you good results if you're looking for legibility. Trying to make art, do whatever you want. Cut the letters up, throw them around, do whatever you want. But if the goal is to communicate, if the goal is to make something legible, don't use outlines. It's an amateur move, and it isn't something that is going to give you good results pretty much ever. The way to avoid this is you need to pay attention to a few things. One is that contrast should be your focal point. Before you put anything on there, decide, okay, what's the background going to be? All right, well, if the background has to be this, then we know the letters need to be this other thing that has enough contrast that you won't have to decorate the letters in a way that makes them more legible. And that requires some planning, not a whole lot, but just think about, what am I going to put this on? If it's a shirt, what color is a shirt going to be? If it's some kind of paper material, what color is the paper going to be? If you're putting a sign on the side of a building, what color is the brick on the building, right? If you think about letters landing on the side of the building. I see this all the time where people will get into an old brick building, it's got really nice brick on it, and they'll go and put aluminum letters on the side of the building. And if the brick is dark enough, you can see the aluminum letters, but if it isn't, you're not going to be able to see it. Because you've got light colored letters on a light brick wall, and you can't see it from a distance. So first consider your background. Is the background light or dark? Your text needs to be the opposite of that. If you do that, you've got no need for outlines. Using them is going to make your work look amateur, basically no matter what. So just avoid them, and you'll end up with something that looks way more professional and is way more legible that your clients are going to be happier with.